So you've still got feed for to the chat then, do you?
I can see the chats. Yes, maybe, question mark.
Sounds good.
Why did I play with it? You made me play with it. Okay, no, yeah, I do. I have it.
Did I? I don't think I did.
I have it on my other Oh!
What is going on?
Nah, it's just fucking. I blew it up by mistake. Oh, it's so big.
What is?
The chat.
Chat is big.
Top chat, no live chat.
I hope nobody sends you nudes. That would be a shame.
Oh god, this is awful.
That'd be a real shame.
How did I? Oh, okay, I don't think I have chat anymore. I lost it. I lost
What do you mean you lost it?
I flung it over to my other screen, and then it got insanely big, and then I couldn't like swap between the screens, right? You know, like you can normally can on a Mac, you like dash between the. Yeah, I couldn't do that, so then I didn't have my Discord or the docs up anymore, so then I clicked on the docs, and then it brought me over to my normal regular screen, and now I can't get back up the chat screen that's massive somewhere.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the live control room. Sounds really important, so I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
And I think from here I'm gonna be able to see the chat. I've also got it open on my phone.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, you can do that then. Yeah. Because, oh, it's back. But how do I make it smaller? This thing's so obnoxious. It has no right being this big.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, it's gone again.
Why is your chat box gone sentient?
I don't know. Whatever. Either way, I'm pretty sure we're good to go. Everyone can see our turmoil immediately.
Yeah. This is it. This is what's going to be uploaded. All of this.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm fully aware.
And so what I'll probably do is I'll probably most of the videos I'll probably just do a timestamp for when the show starts. Like I'll just intro and then start, and that's it.
Just be like intro shenanigans and then just show starts. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, when you've collected your thoughts and you want to start, let me know, and I'll pop on the beats, and then we can just go from there.
Okay. I'm just listening to playback now to make sure the volume all sounds good, but it was good last time.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it'll be fun.
Okay, that all sounds good to me. Righty, yeah. Hit the button, dude. Let's do it.
Right. We're officially go.
Are we jingling?
The beats are going. Yep.
Jingling. Okay, brilliant. Hi everyone. Welcome to a live episode of the QRP. We want to do this every week. Now going on, we'll get our stuff together so that we're not faffing around with all the technical nonsense. Hopefully we can get it at sort of a scheduled time for you every week. That's the plan, that's the goal. Because it was on the back end, it was taking me a long time to like edit stuff. I've got like a old Mac. It doesn't feel old, it's like 2014.
Yeah, that's old, dude. We're in 2022
really?
now.
I just fucked up, man. That is fucked up. It's like
I'm pretty sure
you about my
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they've stopped just like sending the latest OSs to those sort of models like quite a while ago. So
2015. No, it's 2015. Did I tell you about what happened with my iPad Mini? The first one.
The Hearthstone one. You had issues with
Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Nothing works on it now, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they always
decided that is a paperweight.
Yeah, they always just phase out. Well, I mean, you can, but just within the latest OS that they send to it, they just stop. Like, it kind of makes sense though. You can't really be mad at them because it's like they only have a certain level of power and technology inside them that can't run the latest OSs and security.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I get that. That would be like asking like Flight Sim to run on the Xbox One. I get that.
Yeah.
The problem is that Hearthstone ran fine before. What's changed?
Like, so you can still boot up Hearthstone. It's just it doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, but it just says it's not compatible, right? Is that
no,
the
it just crashes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I boot it up and it just crashes. Like I can't even get to the, the.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
It's a shame because I live for that jingle.
Yeah, because I have a. It's here. I have the box here. I have an iPad Mini 4. Which one was yours?
And was the first one.
Yours was the first
No.
one.
Retina, so it was the second one.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, I don't know. I think you just got to suck it up. That's really old now. Like, I've got an iPad Mini 4, and I've had that for like 3 years plus, 3-4 years. I think.
Yeah, but no, but do you not like? Do you see what I'm saying? Like stuff that works should still work. Like.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
It's a bit annoying that the stuff I was already using now can't be used. That's what I'm angry about. I understand if like new apps like xCloud, for example, it's not functional on that, which is like a shame, but I can't be mad because, you know, it's a newer thing. Fine, I get that. But older stuff. Anyway, whatever. So I've got like a mint condition iPad Mini, which I can't use. This was a very weird tangent. So wait, so this is anyway. My Mac on the back end was taking me a long time to do in post, editing, and everything else. We want to do it live because Tim has a good computer. It's great, so he can just live stream straight through, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So we're here, hopefully, to not only do like a regular podcast. Obviously, we'll still go up on like streaming podcast services. That will come a bit after, like maybe, I don't know, hopefully by the end of our day. And of course, we'd love to hear from everyone in the chat. This is very new to us, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be fun. Just don't tell us to jump off a bridge because
I've been close before, so you might push me over the edge.
Exactly. That's your first and final warning. Unless you want blood on your hands, do not.
Yeah.
I guess we should start talking about video games, right?
We should. Yeah, we should.
Okay, right. Yeah. So Tim.
Yes.
Video games.
Mm-hmm.
You still playing them?
I'm still playing
You
them.
don't really play them anymore. You are?
Yeah, I'm still playing them. Yeah. Yeah. So this week, what have I been playing? I mean, yeah, we played a little bit of Fall Guys and Naraka and stuff like that when we do find the time. We're still enjoying those. They're great fun. I've been playing Final Fantasy 9 on my Switch recently because that was
doing what?
Final Fantasy 9. Yeah, I
You love that one, don't you?
No. I love 10. So 10 is like one of my all-time favorite games, if not. And I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy series in general, but 9 kind of just flew a little bit under my radar. Just like time error and stuff like that, and then 10 just took the spotlight for me. But I've heard it's amazing, and it was like a tenner, and I was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll buy it. And it's really good, man. I'm probably like 4 or 5 hours into it now, and like it's pretty crazy to think that a game like that can still actually capture my attention. It's like it's just so old. But it looks pretty good, man. It's just there's something about it. Some games look old and they just look disgusting and you just can't go near it. And some games are old but they still have a sort of, the graphics are still charming, like somehow. Like I don't notice it that much, and this is definitely
the style, isn't it?
Yeah, I
the
think
style
so.
can really like disguise age.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just like, and it's like enemy design and character design, color palettes, all that sort of stuff just comes into play. And like, even if it looks ugly, it's like, it's bright, it's colorful, cool looking monster. You just don't really notice it as much. When you appreciate the design a little bit more. So yeah, I've been playing that. That's been my little single player adventure.
Is that the turn-based one? The turn-based one. Is that a turn-based Final Fantasy?
It is. It's kind of turn-based. Yeah, it's when they started like doing like a little bit hybrid. They started going away from the full turn-based and going into a little bit hybrid ones. But yeah, I would still call it turn-based, but it's kind of real-time at the same time. Like you can't just sit there and just like wait, the enemy will keep attacking you. Right. So it's kind of real time, but then you kind of do queue up your attacks and do everything kind of turn based. But it just keeps everything flowing a bit faster. Which again, I still prefer just the full on turn based, personally. But yeah, it's cool, man. I'm having a lot of fun with that. And then what else? I don't really think I've been playing anything else. Obviously, we're tossing up between getting Monster Hunter Sunbreak, aren't we? So we're thinking we might actually crack and do that today, potentially, depending if we're both around or not. because I mean we love Monster Hunter. Anyone who's obviously listened to this in the past knows that we love it. It's probably our favorite video game franchise or IP of all time, right?
It's definitely up there. Yeah.
And we do really want it, and it's not a case of we don't think it's worth the money. It's just like we're kind of playing other stuff now, and we just, you know, if it can capture our attention and we can play it properly, then so be it. But if we're just gonna like hardly play it and dip our toes in, then it's not really worth it. But yeah, so that's kind of me for this week. What about you?
Yeah. No, I think it's Sunbreak. It looks really good. I don't feel rushed to play it because it's like more Monster Hunter, and there's like the additional demotivation of like, it's on the Switch, like, and that's like, it's fine. You know, we've spoken about this before on previous episodes, but it's, you know, it's okay. It's just not World, is it? It's not like this smooth 60 frames, like this like the animations are so good. It always takes away from it a little bit. But like, having said that, there are lots of like fan favorites coming back in the game, which I'm like dead excited to see again. I like that they've added a lot of the new what's it called? The little wispy boys, the little wispy attacks.
Oh, wire bugs.
Wirebug. There's like 3 new wirebug attack like stuff for each weapon, which I think is like really nice.
Yeah.
I like that, and I had a little peek into some of the end game stuff that has appeared on other channels, and that looks pretty good as well. Nothing mind blowing, but you know, these Monster Hunter expansions are always really good. There's like a lot of content. Iceborne was the same. Like loads of new stuff, another map or two. And I don't know if you saw Sunbreak. They're adding like 2 or 3 new areas, zones, whatever. One of them is the jungle back from Freedom 2.
Yeah, I did.
As I was watching that, like, it's like a wave of nostalgia over my body.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, and yeah, to actually fight stuff we fought back in Freedom 2 as well and stuff like that on there, because I'm sure there are some monsters that will appear there. I was just thinking because they brought back like the Moonlight Nagakuga for this one, didn't they, or something? Or actually, no, I think that's coming in a. Yeah, it's called like the Lucent or something. I'm not sure if it's out with Sunbreak or if it's coming as a free title update, like shortly after Sunbreak. I think it might be coming as a free title update.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah, but that looks so cool. But then that wasn't in Freedom 2 anyway. That was in Freedom Unite. I'm just getting confused. But that's such a cool monster. And yeah, there are so many wicked cool ones, man. I saw that one. It's like vampire. It's like a vampire one that uses like blood, and it can like teleport. Like when it moves, it teleports and like phases around the arena. Like how fucking cool is that?
Really cool.
So
very
cool.
new. That's like new ground for like Monster Hunter, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that dude has something to do with like the end game. You know, there's like kind of like how in World there was like Apex monsters. I think what I could tell online, there's like afflicted monsters who are like, you know, more powerful because they've had their little.
It's the Gormagala,
vampire,
isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
similar to the Gore.
Yeah, but it's good stuff, man. It's just such a damn shame that franchise, like the Rise in particular, is locked to Switch because I don't know, like it kind of annoys me that Nintendo like wrapped that up as like a full-time exclusive. Like, why couldn't it just be part-time for a year? Time exclusive, and then just have the team like Capcom, like, you know, do what they've done for PC. It's already out on PC. Like, do you know what I mean?
And especially when Capcom knows as well just how well these will sell now on consoles. They could be like, yeah, sure, you can have it for the first like year or something, or 6 months, and then just bring it to other platforms where we're going to make a fucking banger. You know, we're going to make so much profit. Yeah. But anyone who doesn't want to wait a year is going to potentially buy a Switch or dust off their Switch for this. You know, so it's still hugely benefiting Nintendo. As the timed exclusive, but yeah, it comes to all platforms. But hey,
I mean, it works on us, doesn't it? Like we come back to it, we're gonna buy Sunbreak. It's just it just feels like such a compromise. That's the sort of frustrating part.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's it. We've gone back and forth on Naraka Blade Point a few times, haven't we? And that's we're still like that's still kind of fun. We need to play it a little bit more. Played Fall Guys a few times. One of our friends has now sworn to never play it again. You know the one.
Really? Already? We played with him just the other
already.
night, and he was like having a bit of fun, getting a bit frustrated, but like, and every time he was getting frustrated, I was trying to like ease him down. I was just like, yeah, it's frustrating, but also no one cares because it's just that sort of battle royale. You know, you just have fun with it. And he was just like,
Just a jelly bean.
Yeah. He was like, I'm not buying it. It's getting fucking toxic. I was like, come on, man. No one cares if you do bad. No one's sweating out here in Fall Guys.
I literally yeah. Anyway, yeah, he got hyper good, so he's like sworn the game off and never playing it again. So that's done. Having said that, I had like a pretty cool experience last night playing that game because we had some friends or some family who wanted to play as well, and we were like booted it up on like crossplay, and it was like kind of easy peasy. Like we got it sorted in 5 minutes, and we played across like Switches and Xboxes, PlayStations, and we all played for like an hour, and it was
there is like an issue because I was trying to play with my partner one night, and I think there's an issue of like the PS5 version at the moment with Fall Guys. I don't know if they fixed it.
Use that.
Yeah, there was just Oh, did you use a PS4 version, or was there just no PlayStation?
There was a PS4, Switch, and Series X.
Yeah, so it works perfectly on PS4, but apparently PS5 just invites don't show up, you can't join or send or anything like that. And I'm not sure if it's still an ongoing bug, but yeah, she had to download like the PS4 version so we'd be able to do it because the PS5 version is just bugged. But yeah, and I did notice the Switch. I played it on the Switch as well, and the quality is like I couldn't believe I was getting frame drops in Fall Guys, but it's a thing.
The beans, the little bean, I was looking over at Beth like to see her screen, and like I was looking up at my Series X and then looking down at her Switch, and like her little bean boys were like, it was like a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation.
It's just when everyone's like running on the same bit, and you got like all the beans in one area. Yeah, mate, Fall Guys frame drops. Doom Eternal runs fine, but Fall Guys, you get frame drops.
All frames, am I right?
Yeah.
Hang on, it just occurred to me I didn't actually post. I don't think I posted the link to social, so I'm just going to post that now.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. I mean, I guess while you're doing that though, but it's so you were saying you played a little bit of Fall Guys. I guess you've been doing a little bit of your Cyberpunk, I guess, as well, right?
I made a tweet about that earlier. I'm like at the last. I'm assuming the last mission in the game because it's giving me a point of no return prompt.
How many hours are you in now?
And I was like, I'm probably like 30 hours in.
Okay.
Like that was quite small. That was quite short. Like things were just getting kind of interesting. Like I said on previous episodes. So I was kind of surprised. I don't think that's a bad thing because like now that they've given me that prompt, I'm just like going around guilt free, like doing side quests and like just getting like loot and upgrade, like cybernetic upgrades and stuff like that. And just having fun with it because like I feel like Skyrim was the same, wasn't it? Skyrim was infamously known for having a really short main quest, but a lot of the meat was everywhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having a good time with it. I'm coming to the end of it like with good impressions. Like definitely, I think the player expression in that game is like off the charts in terms of like it's like 5 skill trees and then like 2 or 3 skill trees in each of those. Then you've obviously got like loot in terms of like a lot of variety. You've got melee, ranged, and then you've got all your, I don't want to call it armor, but just clothes, I guess. Then there's like vehicles, and then there's like cybernetics, which you like craft and you can like wire. And some of them are really expensive. Like I've only just checked out something in every slot. There's like immune system, there's eyes, there's hands, there's legs. There's like muscle changes, like all sorts of stuff you can get. Jesus. And there's like so much variety. And one of the leg ones that was really expensive, it was like 20k or something, was to double jump. I've got this, and I'm like, oh my god, like, this has opened the game up so much. Like I should have been like this like earlier in the game.
Yeah.
And because you get a feeling that the game, it's been like they've really carefully designed the world so that double jump works really well. Because there's also another jump modifier where you can hold get more height. Like you get more height without than you would a double jump, but you have more flexibility with a double when you can like dampen full damage. So just stuff like that. It's just like there's quite a lot of nuance to a lot of these, and like I was talking about while we were warming up for the live show, I was going on a ramble about a monowire, which is like get mods a melee weapon. So like one of them, you just get gorilla arms. It's just called gorilla arms, and you know that doesn't need any explaining. You just punch stuff
Just
really
beat
far.
the shit out of people.
Yeah. Then another one is like mantis blades, which are the ones you see in the trailers, where there's like blades like under your forearms. And then the one that I got was like a wire that goes like into your hand, and it heats up over time if you don't use it. And then the charge will go down as you use it, but basically you like whip wires out like really quick, and it like chops limbs off and stuff if it's charged up enough.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, isn't it so cool? So I got that. You like whip people left and right, stagger them, like whip to your pistol. It's awesome, man. Just loads of cool stuff like that, and like there's a perk I got somewhere where I can see. It just goes on and on. Like I could go for ages about it, but like I basically I can bounce bullets off walls, and I can see like the trajectory of like a line of it. And all of this just adds together into like I come into combat, I'm like, do whatever I want. like I could approach this in so many ways because I have such a big toolbox. But it's been a really good experience. You can definitely tell this game was not ready, and it's still not there in some areas. Like the AI, I think I said this. The AI sucks. Not combat AI, just like pedestrian and
just like
atmospheric
NPC.
AI, ambient AI. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just like wander around. Like there's very limited animations in what they do. Like a lot of them will just like walk up to a wall and just stare at a wall, and it's like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like and just stuff like that. There's like generally just like a little bit of bugginess. Sometimes UI elements get stuck on the screen, or like a sound will linger for longer than it's meant to. Just nothing huge, but just stuff like that.
You get those in all massive open world RPGs, though. To be fair, but yeah,
just the frequency is a bit too much. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing huge, like I say. But yeah, I'm coming away from it like pretty good. I'd give it like an 8 at the moment. We'll see how the final mission shapes up and how it all comes together. But I've had a good time. Some of the side quests have been really good. Like the world is Night City is so good. Like, sometimes you don't realize if you're going from story mission to story mission, but if you just like wander off and do like an emergent like event, like to help with the Night City police department or whatever, they're like, it's just you can go down like a crevice that leads to a side street, and then you go in an apartment and go out the window, and now you're going down the fire exit, and it's just like, how is this here? Like I would never it's just not designed quite in the same way. It's just really dense, which just makes it very, very cool.
Nice.
And that's been time. And other than that, I finished the Halo Battle Pass. Yahoo!
Hey, you did it.
I did it.
Actually, I think I was in the party when you were doing that, because you were playing with our other friend, and you were like, "Give me that shoulder pad, give me that."
That's right.
That little skull on my shoulder. Yeah.
I've got these sick like elite skulls on my shoulders now. I look so good. I wish I had a picture of it. I'd show you. I look so good, because the armor core for this season I think is like one of my favorite Halo armors probably ever. I just really like the look of it. It's like it's quite leathery rather than like metal, and I don't know, it does a lot for me. Like there's like pipes on some of the armor pieces as well. I don't know, it just looks really cool.
Nice.
While we're on the topic of Halo, Tim, was a bit of bad news. Would you believe it?
Oh no, really?
Would you believe it? Yeah, and actually, this is going to really trigger you. I'm quite sad about it. Yeah, I thought about not bringing it up. So they're doing the flighting or co-op campaign like next week. The first set of flighting, it's due to come out in like August or whatever. So still a month or two away. But they put out a blog detailing what it's going to be like, etc., etc. 4-player co-op, 4 Master Chiefs, which is not the end of the world, but that's how it works. And it spoke through how things work, like mission progress. If you join someone, your mission progress will come through with you and everything. So they've done it all so it just kind of works. Like and like obviously if you find cores, like the customization is all still there. Your instance of the game, you can upgrade your abilities, and that won't affect anyone else. So you can have 4 different spec chiefs going around, stuff like that, which is good. You would kind of expect that, but yes, that's like great. It's obviously a first for Halo. However, Tim.
My God.
There appears to be a tether range.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What?
And I was the first to leave a comment on the Halo post, giving a bit of feedback. I don't know why, because by the sounds of the post, it was like, sounded like it was a design choice. They were like, the point of playing with your friends is to play together, so, we've made it so that, and it's like 1,000 feet. It's very big. There are going to be instances where I think that's going to be a bit annoying. Like, oh, look, there's a banished camp up there. I want to go and grab a sniper. Oh, I'm getting a kill warning because my mates are still doing the mission over here, and I wanted to go up there, and I've drove in a warthog to go and get that, and now I'm getting so
yeah.
It's a technical limitation. That's fine. Like if it's because they're trying to get this to run on a Xbox One and everything, that's fine. That's different. But that's not what they said. So I don't know. Thoughts?
I mean, yeah. I mean, everyone knows we're both not the biggest fan of tether ranges. I just don't see why, especially with a game that's just preaches its kind of open world formula for Halo. And then they kind of just try and squeeze you together in a pen. That doesn't really make much sense to me, like in terms of a design choice. I feel like it's going against everything they built for the world to be. But yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of sounds like it probably is a technical limitation for the older consoles, but they're just sugarcoating it or phrasing it in a different way because they seem to think that if they were to say it was a tech issue, that would come off more negative, maybe, than just saying, like, maybe it softens the blow when they're just like, oh, you're supposed to play with your friends, so be with your friends. Sounds better than we can't get this to run on certain consoles, so this is why we've done it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like most people would be pretty sympathetic to the fact that, oh yeah, you've got to get this to run on Xbox One. Like, yeah, fair enough. Or like, can you do something to make this tether bigger on next gen consoles or something? But I understand. I think most people would understand. And it's it's not like the end of the world. Like I said, the range is pretty big. Mm-hmm. I think there are going to be some instances where it's like, why can't I just go to the other end of the map?
Yeah,
yeah. The rationale just wasn't good, and that's I think what's confusing me. Like, let me go there if I want to go there. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it is kind of triggering. Yeah.
Wasn't on the notes, but I figure we might as well touch on it. Tim, we also had a Nintendo Direct. Last week.
I watched it.
I did as well. Can't remember. I've already forgotten. Persona?
Yeah. Persona, Nier Automata is coming to it as well. There was just some like smaller games, nothing crazy, just a couple cute like looking indie titles and stuff. Like most of it was coming 2023, from what I could tell.
It was Mario Rabbids was the headliner, wasn't it?
Mario Rabbids, yeah, which looked okay. How did you feel about that? Because I think they've actually changed up how the combat works quite a bit.
Yeah, to be fair, it looked cool. They've kind of made it so it's less restrictive, and you can it's not like on a grid-based system from what I can tell now. You just kind of run around and can do stuff a bit more free flow, and then it goes into a cover, not cover shooter, like a...
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever you call it, a 4X tactical shooter thing. Yeah, so... It looked cool. It's about what I expected. I'm sure it will do well. The first one has been good. I'm still playing it because it's like the most challenging game I've ever played in my life.
Jesus.
I don't understand. Either I suck at this game, or this game is quite hard. And I've spoken to a couple of other people, and they've said it's not like a cakewalk. So it's both.
How weird.
So. Yeah, that happened. I don't think... Was there any other big takeaways? I think they had done like another trailer for Sunbreak, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, they did, yeah. Which I think is where I saw like the title updates coming as well, because they were basically like, Moonlight Naga's coming, and then they were just like, more monsters are coming, something else is coming, and then more for 2023. So like, they plan on keeping this game going pretty far into 2023, I would imagine, with updates. And stuff like that, which is good to see, because the game's already been out a fair while as well. So it's good to see it's going to have a lot of support, but I mean, as much as I love seeing a game get support and content, I'd rather than just work on World 2, please. And don't make it exclusive, please.
Please. I will erupt.
Yeah. I genuinely think that would
Or perish.
that would be awful. Like that would be like if someone was just like, what's the worst thing that could probably happen in like the gaming industry, like right now, I'd be like, yeah, mods aren't becoming like an exclusive, like a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah. It's like, I think it's the one thing, you know how Joker snaps? That's what that's what would happen to me. That's what would be my breaking point.
Oh god.
It would be the one thing I couldn't take. And do you know what I would do with all that power?
Is it okay to say on stream?
I think so.
You can't edit this out there.
I would order like tons and tons and tons of glitter. I would litter with glitter. I would just throw glitter all over the place.
Jesus, I thought you were about to say like you do like glitter bombs, where they like just to like all like the PlayStation like heads. They're like, oh, look at this layer, pow, just glitter all over their living room.
Not real bombs, just to clarify. Like,
yeah, glitter
ones,
bombs. Yeah.
Just for the record, before we get FBI goes flying through my window.
Glitter bombs are cute.
Yeah, they're just a nuisance, and that's what would happen to me.
Yeah.
Which you fucking deserve. Yeah, anyway. So there was that, and I think what was it? Wasn't a Nintendo thing, but maybe they did show it a little bit. It was the delicious last course. The delicious last course.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen the trailer for that actually. Yeah, you were telling me about it, but I mean, it's not just a trailer; it's just like straight out at the moment, isn't it? Just came out.
Yeah, it's out. Is it out on all platforms? Like, because I thought it affiliated with Nintendo for a bit. Maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like it's out on all platforms. I mean, I don't know. I can give it a quick look.
Yeah, maybe it is. It's such a damn shame that Xbox didn't. I don't know why they don't get more cozy with the smaller devs, because it's been a handful now where there's like been such an opportunity to partner with them long term and they don't. Whether it's Ori or it's Studio, is it MDHR for Cuphead. Like, you look at Cuphead, they released their first game, critically acclaimed, commercial success, went on to make a Netflix series that's had success, been renewed for a second season, brought out the DLC. You know, it's so high profile, and it's like, why? Why?
Yeah, no, I agree. It is all platforms. Yeah,
okay.
30th of June, all platforms. Yeah, so I mean, that's something we could even hop on and play. That might prolong the sunbreak.
I don't think it's co-op. I don't think it's online. I don't think it's online co-op though. That's still not a thing.
They still. I thought they added it. No, it was a mod, wasn't it, for PC? Someone did.
Yep.
Oh, that's so annoying, man. Fucking yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Okay. I don't know if it's something I'll play. Maybe next time we just meet up, it's something we'll play. But yeah.
Yeah, but no, I was thinking the same. But like, I was like kind of tempted, because it looks fantastic. You know, it did really well on OpenCritic, didn't it, for your fantasy critic?
Yeah.
So that was a big yay.
Yeah, I think it's chilling on like 87 or something at the moment.
Yeah. Which is, yeah. I mean, it looks brilliant. The new character, like, what's her name? Like Miss Chalice or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
She's like a pseudo easy mode.
Oh, okay.
I don't want easy mode in my game. Yeah, I think she has just a different stable of skills, which are like flatten the difficulty curve a bit. That's my understanding, but
okay.
Like new skills for all the characters. For Mugman, a boy Mugman.
Yeah, you do love a bit of Mugman.
Salute to Mugman. So that was good. I thought it was a pretty good direct, I thought, for the most part.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's just fun. In a bit of throwaway news, I suppose, they added a Fall Guys Bean Master Chief Collection.
What? They added a Fall Guys in Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, so in MCC there's like an accessory slot for a backpack,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and they added like a Fall Guys bean person. That you can
Oh,
bring back.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's
But the
interesting.
bean person was Chief. It's Chief
Oh,
Bean.
that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, because there's like a bit of there's also you can get like a chief like helmet or something in Fall Guys at the moment as well. There's like an event going on inside Fall Guys, so it's like they've got a little something for MCC and a little something for Fall Guys as well.
Kind of weird that there wasn't an infinite over for that. No.
Well, there technically is because it's using the cat helmet from Infinite, the cat ears helmet. That's the helmet you get in Fall Guys, yeah.
Yeah, but there's nothing in Infinite, I guess, is what I mean.
Oh, sorry. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I'm not really too sure why.
All right, Tim.
Yep.
Boy time.
Big boy time.
Boy time.
What is it?
Word is really wearing on me, by the way. The word fanboy is like... I feel like an 11-year-old every time I say it, even when I'm trying to say it with like a really serious face.
Fanboy.
I hate that word.
Yeah.
Fanboy.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So what happened here? We've got your usual suspects on Twitter, right? And the usual suspects, as you could imagine, don't like anything Xbox do. So what they do is, and this is, actually, this isn't even the weirdest thing to happen in the last like couple of months. It's like this trend of people taking a screenshot of a platform, literally saving it, clicking like, the usual res that they save as is probably 1080. They literally just down res it to 240p, click save as, post it to Twitter, and then they're like, I can't bear this. It's like,
oh, mate.
What the fuck?
It's peak.
Are you doing?
It's peak. They've done it.
Oh, it's so dumb, man. It's so dumb. Oh, yeah, so that happened with Starfield. Anyway, so this person Ed was looking at Google Trends. They put in Starfield in all lowercase and God of War, not even representative anyway because it wasn't God of War Ragnarok. And anyway, surprise, surprise, they came out with a Google Trend, like line graph that said, "Oh, there's so much more interest in God of War." Which, and also, I will add while I'm on the topic, I'm sick of like stat whoring as well. Like, whether it's like console warriors trying to like find some sort of W in like sales, and I know I've spoken about sales before, but I've never pitched it as an Xbox versus PlayStation thing because it's pointless because Switch is so far ahead that it doesn't even matter. It's just something interesting to look at on the basis of Xbox's growth in the market, or people like screening Steam numbers like constantly for Halo Infinite. Like, I remember people did the same thing with Sea of Thieves back in the day. Like, it's like, you can't be that bored.
Yeah,
you can't be.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? And it's like you said, we've done it a bit and talked about it in the past, but then we also we do a show, so it's interesting to talk about this sort of stuff sometimes. These people literally just do it. And then they just post it to like Twitter or something.
It's serious.
Yeah, they don't have like a platform or anything. Yeah, they're just like, this is how they spend their day. Like, it's just really weird.
It is. I like to think that these people have like a whiteboard on their fridge, and they've just got like Xbox and PlayStation, and they send off a tweet, and they're like, "That's another one for PlayStation."
Yeah,
put another one on the tally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully you can't see my whiteboard. It's just off screen.
Yeah, just push it off. We can see it a little bit.
Okay. Ooh. So, this was happening. Looking at the trends of the Google Analytics. And of course, God of War came out high, yada yada. It was misrepresented. Corey Barlog. Corey Barlog was the design director for the first God of War. He's not directing the second one. He's doing his own thing now. Nonetheless, he chimed in this tweet and said, "I'm so fucking excited for Starfield. I'm taking time off when that shit comes out." Bless his little cotton socks. He's a pretty cool guy, actually. On Twitter, he's a good follow. He's very much like Phil in the sense that he's quite outspoken, regularly shits on anyone who tries to console warrior, in either direction. So I just thought it was a funny thing to point out because that's been making the rounds on Twitter as well.
Yeah, he's a good lad. Just because he bloody made God of War and he has affiliated with Sony in the past, it's just like he's excited for a game, man. At the end of the day, we're all people and fucking just Play a game if you think it looks cool. Stop being a
And
fanboy.
let me be excited. I don't care if Google Analytics is less. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't even know what this means. Is this like engaged like clicks, or is this like impressions or anything like that? Is this like specific organic searches? Like there are so many ways that this could be falsified or interpreted. Like
that's what I mean. The person put God of War, which is a 20-year-old franchise. So like, yeah, not God of War or Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's true.
Which actually, so by the way, so this is the other side of the coin. While we're on the topic, just like kind of on a bit of a tangent, but Redfall.
Redfall.
I'm already planting. No, not really. I'm already just planting the crucifix because I'm following the subreddit at the moment for Redfall. Hello, everyone. By the way, there's 1,500 subs.
That's low. That's real low.
That is nothing. I remember having this exact same feeling when Bleeding Edge came out. I mean, no, not came out when it got announced. Obviously, different story because Bleeding Edge didn't do well in the end. So maybe this like on launch. But I remember thinking, there's like 900 subs to the Bleeding Edge. Like, this is a first-party Ninja Theory Xbox game. It clearly just hasn't grabbed the mainstream.
Yeah.
And in one way or another, and I'm like, same things happened here. Like this, I can't lie to myself. Like the same things happened here. Redfall has not arrived to most people. And I even saw they put out another trailer the other day, which had a bit more extra footage. It was only like a minute long, but it explicitly had like a splash screen of like a story-driven, open world, immersive sim, play solo. You know, it was really trying to drive home this isn't a Left 4 Dead game, because that's what people, they keep seeing it. You know, they keep seeing that the art style isn't like particularly stylized. I mean, it's not like a real, it has a slightly stylized take, but it's not like as much as Prey or Dishonored were. And they see 4 whippy shooters shooting vampires, they're like, oh, it's Left 4 Dead with vampires. And I honestly don't think they're going to be able to escape that until launch.
It's tough.
Or if the game launches and does well.
Yeah, it's really tough. Once you've been labelled like that in the community, it's really tough to sort of bring it back and you can change people's minds. And I think Arcane at the best of times struggle with this. For whatever reason, they never capture the public eye, even though they make fantastic games. And man, I just hope it doesn't happen, because Redfall's the sort of game that needs a community to survive as well. It would need people talking about it, and it would need people playing it consistently, because I imagine it's going to be a live service-esque game, and they're going to like add loads of stuff to it and stuff like that. No?
Very much doubt it. I see what you're saying. It's that thing of like more and more they're trying to now like correct the optics of the game and be like, this is like very much a solo experience.
A finished product.
You want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But you can drop in and play with each other if you want to have that more arcadey like experience, which is going to be something in and of itself. So, yeah, I don't think it will be. I mean, maybe they do add an expansion in the same way that they have done for. I mean, they do expansion stuff regularly, don't they? Prey, Dishonored, all had expansion. So it wouldn't surprise me if it did have 1 or 2.
Well, depending on how well it does.
Exactly, yeah, depending on how well it does, you know. And that's kind of the bummer as well. Like, you get the sense that because this game was in development before the acquisition, this was kind of Arcane's attempt. I mean, maybe. We are, like, heavily speculating, but it was the attempt to, like, grab the mainstream a bit more. It's like, oh, you know, play with your friends. Maybe more relatable characters. The rest of it is just Arcane. It's just, you know, a cool setting, cool factions, etc., etc. But, you know, anyway, point being, it's really not getting any traction, which it just hurts my heart.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough to see, because it's definitely something that's captured my interest the moment I saw it. But I guess we're not your typical gamer, I guess.
I just think they'll need to be really, like, you know, pinpoint precise in the continued marketing of this game.
Yeah.
They need to make sure they're targeting the right people, because there is still, like, literally when they post something on Twitter, like, you see like half the comments are like, looks like generic Left 4 Dead shit. looks like trash, and it's like you've never played an arcade game, have you?
Yeah.
Ouchie.
Yeah,
Ouchie
that's rough. Yeah, no, fingers crossed for Redfall and Arcane, because I'm sure that game's gonna be an absolute banger. And I just hope it just doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't fall flat and release through no fault of its own. That would suck. Yeah. So fingers crossed for them.
I mean, Games Pass will help it out, sure. Well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I want more marketing for this game, funnily enough, because I just want them to try and course correct that image that's kind of popped up.
Yeah.
Okay, next story, Tim. It's in the title. Right there. Oh, no, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Xbox Handheld. This happened like right after last week's episode, didn't it? And we spoke about this because Discord spoke about it over on the Iron Lords podcast, which was great. And then they spoke about it a bit more yesterday on the Xbox 2 podcast, or yesterday for me. I don't have to say that anymore. Usually I have to be careful with how I word time periods because I don't know when I'm going to render and get it updated. But this is live.
Yeah.
Do it live.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Yeah. We've made it. We're in the big league.
Yeah.
It just occurred to me, yeah. So, okay. So, supposedly Jez Corden has said, the writers over at Windows Central, he's a good lad, top boy.
Mm-hmm.
Good follow as well. Obsessed with baked beans, by the way.
Oh.
Xbox is speculatively coming out with a cloud handheld. And, a lot of the conversations that have been happening around this have been really, really interesting. Because the idea here is, of course, that it would be something made by Microsoft, or maybe they make it in partnership, but everything it does is streamed. And so the center of the debate, Tim, has been, is it worth having a handheld that isn't local?
Yes, that's good. Immediately what came to my head. Yeah.
Go on. What are your thoughts? What are your reactions? What's your tummy telling you?
Yeah, I don't know. My gut feeling is actually I do think there is a space for it, but I also think it kind of just goes against the reason people would use a handheld a lot of the time as well. Because I don't know. If I'm using my Switch, it's because I'm on a train, I'm on a plane, or I'm at a hotel or something like that. I'm just not in any of the areas where I deem home, right? And a lot of those areas aren't going to have stable Wi-Fi or fantastic Wi-Fi or anything like that. So surely streaming is going to be pretty poopy for those sort of areas. And it's just it'd be great. It'll be great in your home. That's fantastic, or it'd be great around a mate's house. But then at that point, you're probably just better off just using your Xbox, right? Anyway, I mean, I guess it comes into play at your mate's house, right? So if I come to you, I just bring this, and then I can game with you handheld. I don't need to lug my Series X with me or anything like that. Plug it in, have a TV, all that. I could literally just hop on and play it with you at your house, and I know your Wi-Fi is great and it's fantastic. It comes into play there. I think it's fantastic, but generally speaking, I just feel it's a bit weird to have an online only handheld console.
So I'm definitely with you. I myself have gone back and forth with it a few times. I guess a couple of the things that I would be looking at is that I wonder, for a Switch, for example, I wonder where people use that for the majority. And you would think it's at home, right? Of course, the benefit is there for travel. Totally get that. Mm-hmm. And this is the other. So the second angle is that Xbox has xClouds running on phones perfectly well. And there are loads of third-party support out there to make it into a nice little handheld. I've got one. I've got the Kishi. Haven't used it in a while because my phone's been busted spare now, but I haven't had a need for it recently. Anyway, that's already there. And then like you said, the third point is I think cost. Yeah. I think the purpose of a cloud-only device works simply because it comes into such a good price range, potentially. If you're talking £100 for a nicely built, they copy the form factor of Nintendo, except it's a bit less square. Nintendo loves squares.
Squares and rectangles, yeah.
You know what? Do you know what doesn't love squares and rectangles?
Your hands.
My developing early onset arthritis.
Yeah.
So they have that, then they add like the Xbox Flourish and the nice ergonomics, which they're really good at, and they put it at this really good price point, and it has like all the best, either Wi-Fi chips or data chips in there that maybe a phone doesn't have. So in that sense, you kind of get like a super highly optimized cloud device with a nice screen size. You know, most people's phones are a little bit, you could argue, are a little bit too small. Let's say it's maybe the same size as a Switch. Like my phone is a little bit too small. I know a lot of people have bigger phones, but it's this kind of balancing scale. So, and that saves someone going to get a new phone if they want to use xCloud a lot, if they travel a lot, or if they want that. So I think that's the real thing. If it targets like a really good price point, even I could see myself in it, like, because xCloud's getting pretty good nowadays, and they're opening it up to everything beyond Games Pass. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think is there an angle there, or do you think it's still,
I mean,
is it cannibalizing itself a bit with the mobile phones?
I mean, it kind of depends, right? Like, is this thing going to be able to use data? Does it have SIM cards and stuff like that? Because to use data, you would need a SIM card. You need to be affiliated to a company, right? And you need to pay for data, or like, is this going to be able to do that? Otherwise, it's Wi-Fi only, and then
there's a couple of models.
It's kind of just worse than the phone, huh?
It's like I said, maybe they have a couple of models, and then I was going to ask if, like, does the Steam Deck have a satellite model, like a data model? It does, right?
Not actually too sure. I thought it was Wi-Fi only, but
I suppose it wouldn't need to, would it? Because it's local, so it wouldn't really need to, unless you were playing online, which you'd be a madman to do that on.
But then,
data.
yeah. But then I think Steam Deck you can also just download games and play them offline as well. It has like memory card storage. It's not cloud based only. Like, it has an internal storage. Whereas, as far as I'm aware, and the way they're marketing this just wouldn't. It would only be streaming. There wouldn't be any internal storage of any kind. But yeah,
which is what brings the price down, though. Like, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, really, it just comes into play with whether or not it will be Wi-Fi or data only, because that's the big selling point, really. And for it to do that, Xbox would need to partner with a specific company, ship these things, like whether that's EE or something like that. They need to ship these things with built-in SIM cards. You can activate a plan and get certain amounts of data, so you can stream it and do it on the go, use 5G. All that sort of stuff instead of Wi-Fi when you're not in the area for that sort of stuff.
Or maybe they just lean into, like, connect to your phone's data.
Yeah, maybe you can tether it. Yeah, but then, like, how good is that going to be? Like, if you have to tether your phone, like, and use that, how strong is that connection going to be for you to cloud game? Probably pretty bad, right? Especially consistently. Yeah. I mean, I'm actually not that excited about this. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's...
We don't know if it's real yet.
Yeah, well, we don't know if it's real yet, for a start. I need a lot more information to determine what I think about it, but as we're picturing it now and talking about it now, I don't think there's much of a space for it that Xbox isn't kind of already covering, without them just being like, it's better than a phone on Wi-Fi, but then it's kind of worse in other ways. So thumbs up. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not that keen on it as it stands right now.
I don't know. I definitely I like, it's something like I could definitely be interested in. I think it works best in family homes. Like, like when I come to bed and I'm like, I can't go on the TV or whatever because it's super bright, or but it's easier to just have all the things that make a handheld popular. Like, the reason why the Switch has sold so much. Of course, the software library is good if you're a Nintendo fan. It pulls off the portable so well. You just pop it in the dock, take it out of the dock. Yeah, it's got detachable controllers. Easy peasy. And I think this kind of has that energy in that if the streaming is good enough, let's say it will connect to your Xbox account, it'll pick up saves. It's just you could have it charging next to your Xbox. You're done. You're playing Starfield. Oh, want to, your kid wants to watch the TV now, or you're gonna go and spend a bit of time with your partner, and you're gonna play something together. I don't know. There are lots of reasons I think you could just pick it up and then it boots up your save and it plays. And I think it does occupy that space, and it doesn't have to be local to do that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Like, if that's the thing you want out of it, if you want the portability, I don't think it needs to be local for that. Obviously, if you're someone who needs everything to be performing super, super well at all times, it's not going to be for you.
No.
It's the same sort of compromise I feel that I make with Switch. Like, whenever I play the Switch, I'm like, this is... I look like I'm... it's running at like 720p, it's running at low frames, and it's like, okay, it's fine. It's a compromise I have to make of the portability. I suppose the third factor that we haven't discussed here is like the competition of Steam Deck, which does run things locally, which is presumably, we know this thing's pretty big. I don't know if you've seen like size estimates for it, but it's quite big and it's quite weighty.
Yeah.
People love it so far. It's not comparable in the price range, and that's what's making me think Xbox don't want, like, Steam are years ahead with the Steam Deck. Like, there's no point in them jumping into a local competitor when they've got Games Pass running on it already. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So this is, I think there is a place in the market for this. They've identified, and they're like, if this is real, it makes sense to go for it.
Yeah. I think there is a place, but the place is still very niche. It's like you said, it's popping over to your family's house or popping over to your mate's house, and you don't want to lug around your big console and hope that they have a spare TV.
Well,
I think that's kind of it. I think that's kind of it.
I don't know if it is though, because like you've got to look at like the secret source of the Switch. Like, maybe this is like, why is that console like on track to becoming the best-selling console of all time?
Well, because
software is good. There have been better software libraries.
Yeah, but for a start, it doesn't rely or need Wi-Fi 100% of the time. That in itself is the biggest reason.
You're
get what completely reliant on Wi-Fi.
I suppose. I don't know. I don't think people, I don't think the majority of purchases of Switches are because people want to play it outside of their house. Like, that's, of course, a nice option. But this could be something for kids, for example. Don't want to buy them a console and a TV? Get them an Xbox Series P.
Yeah.
They can just log into their Games Pass account from there and just play whatever. They're not going to know the difference between... They don't know what streaming is. They just want to play Halo. They just want to play whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, there's space for it. Like, don't get me wrong. I just don't know if it's an extraordinarily huge market. And I don't know. I'm not completely sold on it. But, I mean, price points and more statistics on hardware and, everything like that might change my mind on it. But yeah.
No, fair enough.
Not the biggest fan.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to see what kind of comes of it, if anything comes of it. A lot of people have been asking for like a Xbox portable of some variety, and this is an interesting way to sort of go about it. To tackle that really low price point, because I think that's interesting. I keep throwing around the figure £100, but what's that, like $120 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's really enticing. Switches are still coming in at like $250. That's quite a big difference for a lot of people if they just want to get someone something that they can play on. It feels like a console rather than a phone. Yeah. So yeah, I'm interested to hear more about this. Ultimately, because of the way we play games, the Steam Deck better suits my needs, especially because I can play PlayStation exclusives on that. at some point. You know, whenever I'll probably get round to buying one at some point. But I'm really interested. I'm really interested nonetheless. And you know, again, price points aren't comparable. Steam Decks are very expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I need a bit of a break. That's been some heavy talking. I'll talk about Grogu in the background, please.
Can I talk about Grogu?
I can see him. Is he new?
Yeah, he's new. No, he's not new. No, I've had him for a while. He lights up, but he's not plugged in right now.
Oh, what? All of him lights up?
Yeah. I'm not going to plug it in for you. But yeah, he does. He lights up. Yeah. And it's not like super bright. Well, it's like a little. It's like a
lamp.
Geeky like thing for your nerd shelf, right? No, it doesn't like light up my room. He's not radiant. He's not like a fucking spotlight. He doesn't help ships fucking dock at night. No, he's just
It's like a lighthouse.
Yeah, he's just like a chill little boy in the corner of my room. But
this is funny because I feel like this whole time we've been speaking, I keep glancing over, and the way he's angled is like he's looking at you, like he's listening very intently with his ears.
Grogu is always listening. But yeah, that actually reminds me, we're on like the final episode for Mando season 2, and it's pretty good, man.
I'd be in tears.
Oh really? Spoilers. Now I know
that.
something sad's gonna happen.
I watched it twice.
Yeah. So I think we're on the final one now. And yeah, man, season 2. Yeah, like you said, season 2 is fucking baller. It's so good. It's better than season 1. 100%.
I agree.
And then yeah, we'll move on to the book of Boba Fett afterwards, which is pretty cool.
Book of Grogu the Mandu.
Grogu the Mando. Yeah.
Did I say Mandu? Mando.
You said Mando.
It's the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
It's English, and he has IBS.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't expect to see Boba Fett actual. We're entering spoiler territory for anyone who hasn't seen it. Spoiler warning. I'll leave it 3 seconds.
Beep. Beep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see Boba Fett in season 2 of Mando, actually. When he turned up.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's really cool.
Scary, isn't it? He's a scary boy.
Yeah, he's ugly as fuck.
He's
and
the same actor, you know, who played Jango Fett for all the movies, because obviously they're clones.
Really?
It's just the same actor who's played all of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that.
He's great. Mira Morrison.
Yeah, no, he's pretty badass. And then yeah, when he came out of his ship with like his armor all cleaned up and everything, I was like, this boy's tasty. I was like, he kind of looks cooler than Mando. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah. He looks cool, but
I like green.
He's no Mando.
I'm a big green boy, so.
Didn't even know his armor had any green on it, Tim.
It's the entire armor is green. It's like an olive green.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? I thought he was just silver and red. I thought that was those.
No, his entire armor is like an olive green deck.
Boba Fett armor. This is really important.
You dumb bum.
My God.
How did you not know he was green?
I don't know.
Are you colorblind?
Maybe. Well, I can see green now.
Yeah, he's just super green, man.
Green is one of the most common color blinded.
Not creative color.
It's not a creative color. Yeah, but isn't in the whole show? Isn't the music so good? Yes. And also, aren't the outros so good?
The outros.
And they just slap up concept art alongside that banging sound.
Yes. Yeah, it's fucking sick, man. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah,
they're really long, but
it's proper spot on. I think it's the best series that Star Wars have done. Like, I enjoyed Obi-Wan, but Mandalorian's the best thing they've done.
Yeah, I haven't finished Obi-Wan yet, but it's got like, I booted up the first episode and I was just watching it while Beth was like going to sleep or whatever, and I was like, this Ooh, this has some prequel energy. This has like real prequel energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't put my finger on why, but it was just like I don't know. Performances are all really strong in Mando, but I don't know about Obi-Wan. And it just has like this campiness to it. Like Obi-Wan has this like a campiness to it that Mando just doesn't. I don't know.
Okay.
Fine so far. I don't know. I've heard the last 2 episodes are pretty good of Obi-Wan, but everything else is a bit meh, and I haven't got that far yet. So
Yeah, the final 2 episodes are bangers. Yeah, they're good.
do you not feel it's been like really quick as well? The build up to, I guess, kind of spoilers again. Like beep beep. I love the idea of someone that like just has their phone in their pocket. They're like like trying to dig it out to like, pause it.
Yeah.
Like how quick Obi-Wan goes from just being some boy who looks over like Luke and to like meeting at like Anakin and like going through that process. It just happens so fast. It happens in like 2 episodes. I don't know. I feel like there would be a lot. There should have been a lot more build up and grieving that happened to come to that point. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he was kind of all. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he just.
What happened?
Yeah, because he as far as he was aware. Yeah, Anakin died, right? Where he left
right.
him.
That's a big deal. That's like, and then randomly she's just like, oh, he's not dead, and he's like, oh no, and that's it.
And he's like the ultimate fucking Sith Lord as well, by the way.
But BT dubs.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean. I didn't notice that actually. Like as you're saying it, I didn't notice that. But now I look back on it, I'm like, yeah, that is actually a good point. Yeah.
It's more that it was just like it was like a good bit of tension when he was like when she was telling him and he was like, there's no way, nah. And it was like good tension. It's like, oh, this is interesting, and then it's just over. He's just like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. That's it. Like, it's done. Yeah. But anyway, Mando's sick. I hope we get a game for that one day. There's like a bit of an overlap with one of the stories coming up at the end of the show.
Oh,
as a bit of an overlap. But yeah, I hope we get a Mando game at some point.
Yeah, be nice.
Okay. All right. Do you ever? Sorry, but do you ever get mustache hair going to your nose?
Yeah, sometimes.
It's a daily occurrence for me.
Oh, sounds like your moustache hairs are a little bit too long, mate.
Does it look too long?
It looks fuller than the rest of your beard. Yeah. They look. It looks like it's denser and it's darker than the rest of your beard. Like you haven't shaved that part as much as you need to.
Really?
Yeah.
I also don't know how to shave a mustache properly. That's like a real secret that I've just put out to the world.
Oh my god.
Like I just like I take the guard off and I just kind of whittle it down.
That's what I do. Yeah, but you just like it helps if you like turn to the side, so you can like see like the length of them as you like turn.
Yeah.
And then you just like hover over it left to right. Yeah, and just trim it down.
We do the same thing. That's what I do. But have you ever done it and you've like you've had like a hand spasm and like taken a lump out and then you have to like do the whole thing to get it to the same size?
No.
You ever had a hand spasm or you've never? Nah.
Never shaved. No,
This is it. This is my peak form.
No, I've never had a hand spasm when I do that. Probably your onset arthritis from playing a Switch.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, I need to get one of those like supportive grips on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't help because I've got like really bad hay fever, so like something like I'm getting like I used to just get like a mild inconvenience out of it, but now I like actively get like really pissed off. Like whatever's near me, I'm like, oh, like why is there mustache hair in my nose? So
Jeez,
annoying.
Dude. This is such an issue for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's just behind like the annoyance scale. It's just behind something happening and my earplugs being ripped out.
Oh yeah, that triggers me. Yeah, that's why I use these bad boys now.
So they can't get ripped out yet.
Yeah.
I don't know why it annoys me so much. It's just like loud. It's unexpected.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Yeah, it's the worst.
Have you ever Have you ever like walked through a doorway, like when we used to use cables, you know, like on and like your headphones got caught on the doorknob and yanked out of your ears?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
They're proper like magnetized to them, I swear.
Yeah, no, that I've had that happen to me so many times with door handles. It's the absolute worst.
All right, buddy. Let's crack on then. So I did want to touch on Overwatch 2 and the beta, which I definitely don't want to buy. I've got no interest in buying.
I had to talk this man down during the week. This man almost took money out of my wallet. He wanted to go halves on this. I had to talk him out of it.
No, but if you think about it, the cosmetics won't share because it's on game share. So what I can just do is I will just buy it, and I'll get all the stuff, and then you pay me, then we'll play. Sound good?
No, that sounds awful. It sounds like it only benefits you, Deck.
No.
I know you tried to talk it up positively like a salesman, but I'm not an idiot. That only benefits you. I'll
send you the fine print. It's fine. So I mean, I don't actually know how well this is doing. Have you seen anything about this?
No, I haven't really been seeing how the beta's sort of settling, and how people are finding it. I can't imagine badly unless it's like technical difficulties, right? People have had their hands on with Overwatch 2 already, right? So
yeah. I guess maybe just to explain it for maybe anyone who's confused. There is and it has been confusing, by the way. But there has been a beta that you've been able to sign up to for like later in the year before Overwatch 2 releases, and you can do that on the website, and you'll get an email whenever that happens. They're doing a technical test now, I think, which you can pay to get access to, which lasts to, when was it, July 17th? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, July 18th, I think, yeah.
That's like 35 quid.
Yeah.
So it's the price of what Overwatch 1 was back in day, I'm pretty sure. With that, like, it's reasonably good value in the sense that you get, like, of course you're paying for a beta and you're paying for something you really don't need, but you get access to the battle pass, you get access to like a bunch of skins and 1,000 currency in the game. Like, you get more than if you were to buy those things individually. Mm-hmm. And of course you get access to the beta for the next 3 weeks, but then after that you lose access to the beta. It's launch. My understanding is that it's really unclear if there's going to be more betas are accessible because of the Watchpoint pack before launch. That makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, where there'll be like another round, like another, hey, you can play it for a week again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not the way they've kind of worded it, but because they've actually worded it like until like it's like ends July 18th, and then Overwatch launches on October, whatever. So yeah, that's the way they worded it. It sounds like it is just the one-off, like 3-week beta sort of access.
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny move. Like, obviously, like, there is going to be more tests and there is going to be more betas, but this is just unclear whether this will grant you any more access. But like you said, it doesn't seem to be. So I don't know. Bit of a shrug from me. From what I can tell, Tim, I just had a quick look round, and if anybody's listening or after we streamed today, tell us about your experience with Overwatch 2 if you've given it a go. But from what I can tell, the community is very split on the whole 5v5 thing. And I'm getting a real Halo Legacy vibes from the community now. Overwatch has been around for a while, and
people like it a specific way. Yeah,
better not change it. Obviously, I don't know. I haven't played it. I think in theory, I like the idea of the teams coming down to 5 because 2 tanks could be obnoxious. I'm still not sure about the whole role queue. I think role queue is I'm not sure. Not sure if I'd rather just have chaotic games, quick play, and then maybe just role queue in ranked, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I mean, that's been Overwatch 2. I mean, is there anything else you've got to add about it? I just wanted to quickly cover it.
Yeah, not really too much to add. about that. I don't think it's like terrible. Like you said, like the value for the whole like £35 and what you get is fine. Like if you're one of those people that you know you're going to play Overwatch, you know you're going to play the Battle Pass, get the Battle Pass, and you like skins, you know, all that sort of stuff that comes with these games. This is absolutely worth your time, and then just you're also just getting to play it now for a few weeks. There's really no negatives if you're already kind of all in on the idea of Overwatch 2. I don't think there's a negative to this. But for people who are still on the fence about it, like we kind of are, I guess. The best thing, which is what I was saying to Deck as well, the best thing that will happen for us with Overwatch 2 was when it got announced that it was free to play. And I was just telling Deck, I was like, why would we now give them our money? When like the thing that sold it to us in the first place and us giving it a go was the free to play aspect. So yeah, it's quite a funny one, but and yeah, the whole role queue thing, especially is like you don't know how well this game's going to go down, if it's going to be as popular as the other one or anything like that. So like yeah, queue and match times might be through the roof with this whole role queue thing, and then that's just going to kill the population off even quicker. Yeah, there is kind of a part of me that's just like, yeah, maybe just have the chaotic games or be forced to sort of flex pick and play a tank in quick play, even though you want to play DPS. Sometimes you just got to suck it up, and then just have role queue for ranked. I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a super interesting one. Amidst all the controversy with Blizzard and everything, I think I'm definitely hoping Overwatch 2 has success, because I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm like looking at gameplay online and people playing. I'm like, I miss this. Like, I miss this. It has a very nice vibe to it, and the team playing it is very, very cool. But I definitely miss this. So, watch this space. We'll definitely be playing it.
Yep.
So we've got a Timmer in the chat. And Timmer is someone who I've had a couple of interactions with on Twitter, who does some really fantastic work digging up stats and historical figures on game sales and revenues and stuff like that. But he also seems to have his fingers in a couple of pies for a bit of information. So I'm just going to read out Timmer said. Timmer has joined us here. Hello, by the way. Thanks for coming. Thanks for telling me for giving me the photo for what you said about Zenimax, by the way. I'm very busy on Twitter, Tim. I do a lot. I harass a lot of people on Twitter.
He really does. He really does.
Yeah. But what Timmer has said here is that Elder Scrolls 6 may have co-op because Todd Howard has commented many times that people want to play our games with friends. And then they've said, leak for the chat, lol. The dev was speculating with regard to the Elder Scrolls 6, but the Todd part is true. So the dev that you've spoke to, I'm assuming, is what you mean there, Timmer. If you could just confirm that for me, that would be brilliant. Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. It's interesting.
Co-op in Elder Scrolls 6.
That is really exciting, but I'm wincing at the idea of the community reacting to that announcement. Like I'm already wincing.
Yeah. Again, I think we go back to the conversation you're making with Overwatch and Halo, where it's like kind of like a legacy thing, right? It's just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Elder Scrolls is like this like single player story, massive world sort of thing, and I think people will just want it like that. They won't want online elements probably baked in, even though personally I don't see anything wrong with that. But you could definitely see diehard fans just being like, just leave it as a single player experience it is, you know.
Yeah, I remember like just after Skyrim came out, like we would speak about all the time about the possibility of playing Skyrim like co-op or whatever, because they're such perfect, like, because they're so big and so expansive. It's just so much you could do there if it was executed right, and you don't get games like that. I always say this, but like you don't get open world co-op RPGs.
No,
like Borderlands doesn't really count because it's not really. I mean, I suppose there are RPG elements, but it's a loot shooter. To be real, you know, it's not like a fantasy RPG, for example. It's very different. Can you think of a game that hits that ticks those boxes?
What, co-op open world RPG? Yeah, I'm literally just trying to think now. Fallout 76. No.
To be fair, that's probably the closest you'd get.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, maybe Destiny, right? I mean, like maybe it's not really open world. It's like open zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah. I think a lot of the controversy comes from when these sorts of games are made. Single player versus co-op is like, firstly, it takes resources away from the single player, but secondly, you have to dumb down dialogue design and quest design so that it works for multiple people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, plus you don't know how it's going to affect like enemies and bosses and stuff like that you're fighting, like when someone else comes in. Will the game just become a joke and you just like cheese the AI or something like that? These things can fundamentally like break or make a game. So
yeah, I guess that's the thing. It alters the foundation that the game has to sit on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I guess it's worth clarifying here because I can see that Tim has clarified in the chat that this is the dev that they've spoken to is speculating about the co-op element, but what Todd has been saying about people wanting to play their games with friends is true. So take this with grain of salt. I'm sure Tim would say the same. It's speculative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It is speculative, but this is super interesting stuff. Thanks for chiming in. I should have asked for Redfall details, a game which he played. He wasn't impressed. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Yeah, we've already done our Redfall segment, and it was a kind of a bummer. Deck said, and I quote, he's getting Bleeding Edge vibes from it, in terms of their community and their following and stuff.
I am in the sense. That's a shame. I mean, I suppose the last time we saw pre-alpha footage of the game, it wasn't ready. We saw like screenshots. It looked like not ready. I mean, the gameplay we saw looked pretty good. Is there anything? I wonder why. I wonder why he wasn't impressed. I suppose this is why it got delayed, right?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, it probably got delayed. I mean, yeah, I guess it got delayed for like technical reasons and the fact that they just want to finish off the game and polish it, but there also could have been an element of it got delayed because they still need to do a lot of like marketing to change people's like opinion on the game and stuff like that. Maybe if they released it as it was, people they're not sure what kind of game it is. Like you said, people are just like, oh, it's like a Left 4 Dead kind of cloney weird thing with vampires, and it's just like, if they released it then with that impression that people had on it, maybe the sales wouldn't be what they would have hoped, and it wouldn't have gone down as they hoped. Whereas with the extra time to polish the game and sort of remarket it to an extent, maybe they can change people's opinions on what the game actually is. Not change people's opinions, but like you know what I mean, like actually put it across properly what it is, because they didn't do that well to start with. Let's be real.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh man, like, because it really sucks with a lot of these, and it doesn't suck, but there is like an additional layer of like tension with a lot of these Bethesda studios, because obviously that they're yet to put out a game for Xbox under the Xbox banner.
Yeah,
and you fully well know.
Yeah, was it worth it?
Yeah, they're gonna have their thingies ready to go if the games come in at worse than they were before.
Yeah.
It's already debatable because the last ones were like, Fallout 76 and arguably Wolfenstein Youngblood, other than Doom. So yeah, like, an absolute nightmare scenario. Like, the thing that would give me, I would probably log off Twitter for a good week or two, is if Redfall came in and it got like a high 60 score.
Yeah.
I'd have to get the glitter out again. I'd have to start throwing glitter at people, because that would be so frustrating. Like, how can you have had like a decade of some of my favorite games of all time under the first Xbox game release, a bit of a pooper?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's like at the forefront of like their marketing and stuff like that. Like Redfall is like what they're marketing alongside Starfield and all this kind of stuff. So it's just like, Yeah, and you know they're gonna do it. You know there's gonna be the titles just like Xbox bought Bethesda and then killed them. You know they can't make games anymore. All that
That's
sort
right.
of
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly. That's
you know.
it.
Yeah.
Has Xbox poisoned Bethesda?
Yeah, exactly. You know that shit's gonna happen. But
I mean, if you're comfortable sharing anything more with me, Tim, feel free to swing me a DM on Twitter or in the chat, whatever's up to you. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting, and now I'm quite sad. So I don't know what to do with myself. Actually, do you know what? I was watching our reaction video back for the showcase, and I would not shut the fuck up about Redfall. Like I went on about it for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you did.
I'm just excited about it, man.
It's almost like you were
not...
defending it.
Yeah, it just didn't. Like, oh, doesn't this look so good, guys?
Yeah,
wow, this is just gonna be
just like fucking white knighting Redfall, just like completely.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I just am very hopeful because I think like we've spoken about it like for a long, even when back when we called it Project Omen or whatever, you know, in concept, I love the idea of like a vampire game, you know, that has its own novelty. You know, they said in their own post, you know, these vampires aren't weak to like garlic.
Garlic.
What's another cheesy thing? Vampires are weak to. What is it?
Well, it's just like wooden stakes, right? But then they are, because that is the thing. Sunlight. The fact they can't go into homes without being invited.
Isn't that so dumb? Like, what?
It is a bit dumb, isn't it? Yeah, that is the thing. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Holy
like,
water.
Holy water. Yeah. That's
there we go.
Crucifixes, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, the Van Helsing thing. So, like, I don't know if you knew this, but like in this game, here I go again, like capping for Redfall. Like in this game, we said that the vampires are like they're just like genetically modified people.
Yeah.
So like the folklore is not entirely there. It's like its own thing. Obviously, stakes are still there. Obviously, like sunlight appears to still be a thing, but it's like their own take on it, and they have to feast on blood to keep their immortality, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
I overdone it again.
Have you overdone it again? What do you mean?
On Redfall.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm fine. Oh,
you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. I like how multiple Zenimax Online Studios games.
Mando, let's go.
Do you know what? It's really funny because we've spoken about that game on the podcast before, but like the Xbox community as a whole, including me, has experienced like cyber psychosis to the point where we think that's a real thing. There's been no like hard evidence that a Mandalorian game exists.
There is.
It's just been like a lot of heavy speculation. Is there?
Yeah, the QRP said it. So
that is a good source of information.
Hard evidence. Yeah.
Yeah. I dread the day where your name or my name appears on an article because we said some stupid shit.
Mate, all publicity is good publicity. Shut up. We'll take it.
Yeah. And actually, while I'm on the topic of like, while I'm on the topic of this whole thing, if anybody is out there wants to share some information with me, you can trust me. You know why? Do you know why, Tim?
He's got a nice face.
I do have a nice face, and I have a mustache that pokes into my nose. I'm a therapist. You know?
Yeah,
I take confidentiality.
You fucking flexing your therapist. Next story. Gee,
I
this
take
guy,
confidentiality
this guy.
very seriously. Not even memeing though. I'm dead serious. Next story. Yeah, so this is weird. Sort of. So the Spellbreak of the game, those who don't know, is it was like a battle. It's still going. Battle Royale, like kind of you're like sorcerers, you jump around. It was very much like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was good. I liked it quite a lot. They had like a little bit of problems at the beginning because they had like everybody going through bot games for a long time, and then you transitioned all of a sudden into PvP games, and like the difficulty spike was huge. Anyway, it was fun. It was fun. You played it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. No, a couple of our mates played it, but I never did.
Right, rip. Well, they announced just the other day that they're closing the servers of Spellbreak in early 23, which always seemed a bit like, when I read that news, I was like, really? Like, is it doing that bad? Like, I mean, but I guess makes sense. Like, you know, there's more popular BRs out there, even if it's unique in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
Then we found out a day later that Blizzard will be acquiring that studio. And the studio is called Proletariat.
Okay.
The bourgeoisie. Bolster World of Warcraft.
Okay.
So, and I think like the whole art style of like, have you seen the game in action?
I have, yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you think of like the style of the game and how it plays and what it is. It's like quite fantasy and, you know, elemental. What it fits quite well into World of Warcraft, right? You know, the devs
absolutely.
that are
there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can definitely see why they've been brought on to help with that sort of World of Warcraft project. Yeah, it totally fits into the same sort of style and I guess world to an extent. Yeah, no, 100%.
So, and I think this is, to my knowledge, I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first acquisition that's happened under an Xbox acquisition. You know, it's like acquisition.
Well, technically we don't. Technically, Xbox doesn't have Blizzard yet, Deck.
Sorry.
So, an
Jump
acquisition,
in the gun.
An acquisition under an acquisition hasn't technically happened yet. But yes, I know what you mean. Yeah. Kind of weird.
Gonna be like this for the rest of the podcast, or
What?
just popping my bubbles?
Correcting you? Oh, sorry. You need to get off your high horse, man. You're talking to the producer now.
It's so true. It's so true. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't know how long this will take to process. Probably only a couple of months because it's not a massive studio. But you know, clearly these studios still are interested in sizing up, and maybe I'm trying to think. There's been some partnerships announced, but no acquisitions. Like I think we spoke about Fallout 76 getting help from Bell 11. Is that their name? Sure, we spoke about that a while ago. They brought in another studio to help them. 76.
Oh yeah, we did. I can't remember though. For the life of me, that wasn't really a story that stuck with me. I'm going to be honest.
Just I remember their logo. It was like a little it was like an Egyptian eye. I think. Oh God, I hope I'm not getting this all wrong.
Illuminati, was it Illuminati?
No, you know, it's like the eye of Miyamoto, Shigeru Miyamoto. What's it called in Yu-Gi-Oh? What's it called in Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, he not Yugi. One of the other guys has like a Egyptian eye that he uses because it's like, you know, they have like
the eye of like fucking Ra, Osiris. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, that was their logo, and that was in my brain. That was stuck in my brain.
All right.
So, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, first acquisition under the acquisition that hasn't actually happened yet.
I'd also buy Spellbreak. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, yeah, that's right. Revive Spellbreak. Let's go. Twitter's a weird place, Tim.
What's a weird place? What, our planet?
Yeah, just Earth.
Yeah, Twitter is a weird place. Yeah.
Do you know what's even weirder? Is EA. Electronic Arts.
Electronic Arts. Electronic farts.
Do you know what's even weirder than EA? Do you know what's even weirder than EA? When EA post, and I quote, "There are 10, but they only like playing single-player games."
What? Are they bashing 10-year-olds? What's going on?
Do you not know this?
No, they're 10. They're a 10. Oh no! Oh okay. No, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's the whole like they're a 10, but they're like into fucking feet or something. Yeah, I know it.
Imagine EA just.
Yeah, I was about to say, are they just like fucking just going in on their 10-year-old fan base? Yeah, okay.
Kids
they're
are
a
10, but they won't stop asking for food. So annoying.
But they only like single player games. Okay.
How do you think that went down?
Not very well.
I don't I know like the social like community managers or whatever are not the same people, but this even seems like a very tone deaf tweet to make, considering one of EA's biggest things is like, can you stop churning out multiplayer stuff? And even Vince Sampella, the design director, I believe, over at Respawn, right? Made a little game called Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yeah.
And a little sequel called Star Wars Survive.
Nah, they're so little though. They're barely even hit the mainstream.
I don't even know what a Star War is.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Like this, it was just weird. Anyway, everybody dogpiled on it, and I think eventually some people came to realize that I think what they were trying to say, the joke that they were trying to convey was like, oh, you know, they're a 10, but they don't like playing co-op games with me. They only play single player games. But really, what came across was
they're a 10, but they don't play FIFA.
Single player games suck.
Yeah. They don't play FIFA.
It's like very much a minority, not a minority, like a vocal. I was going to say vocal minority, but you know, like a vocal opinion, maybe like on Twitter, that single player games are the focus where everybody needs to go back to at the moment. Which, you know, obviously it's a bit too strong of an opinion sometimes. I think because you know you look at the gaming landscape and what people are playing, and it's obviously Fortnite, it's COD, it's Roblox, whatever that is. It's all multiplayer stuff. So.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's a weird tweet. It's a weird tweet, and that's like you said, that's absolutely not what they meant it. But they just saw like they were just like, oh, we could say this.
You can hop on this trend.
Yeah, this is a bit of an out right here. Let's use this. But yeah, it's absolutely not what they meant. Yeah.
Oh, I can see Tim has corrected me on the previous things. And Sperasoft and Double 11. I was right. Hopefully you knew what I meant when I was talking about the whole Egyptian eye relic.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to sound like a psychiatric patient.
Yeah, after claiming you're a therapist.
I'm not claiming it. That's my job. Okay, there we go. I'm right. I am right. If you Google Double 11, you'll see what I mean. UK-based developer.
Fine. Just to fucking humour you, I will.
Also helping on Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, yeah. That's the Eye of Ra, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that Eye of Ra?
Pretty sure it's the Eye of Ra. Yeah.
The Eye of Ra.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so right.
Mashi?
Our mind, yeah.
Let's go.
Our minds came together. Yeah.
You know gaming and developers, and I know Egyptian relics.
it's a dream combo.
It's a match made in heaven.
PB and J.
Nice.
Digestives and tea. All right. All right. We've only got one story left, Tim.
Thank God. Sick of you.
Having a good time.
Yeah, me too.
What the fuck?
Having a good time. Sick of you. At the exact same time. Ugh, that's funny. Right.
Okay. So this comes from Timmer, who still seems to still be in the chat. You can even
our boy Timmer. Let's go.
You see him right there. You see on the screenshots on the notes.
Yeah, I do. Wow, what an honour.
I would apologise for giving you this much attention, Timmer, but I have 2 concurrent viewers, so it's not a big deal.
It's a big deal, man. Plus, you're actually like helping out. You're doing God's work over here at QRP, so we appreciate it.
No, it's actually very, very fun, very cool. Actually, I did have something I wanted to add, which has been kind of funny. So our reaction video, it's on like 180 views or something.
Oh,
huge.
That's
huge
dub. Let's go. Yeah.
The funny thing is that after that, nobody's watching our videos. Our views have plummeted. Yeah, like the video we did after is like quarter of what we usually get, and of course, like I know, like these are really, really small fry numbers, but like it's just a really interesting trend. Like I think people get excited and then burnt out afterwards. Do you know what I mean? There's like a fatigue dip afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, a gaming podcast is literally for gaming enthusiasts, right? You know, you're not just going to stumble across it as a very casual gamer and listen to an 1.5-hour podcast. So, whereas a reaction video is a bit more mainstream. People are there to see the reaction. They're not necessarily there for, in-depth news.
Yeah, right. I'm with you. Fun. Quite fun. Although I'll never really understand, like, people like, have you like been on YouTube Shorts and sometimes it's just someone talking alongside a video?
Yeah.
It goes on for like, I don't know, a long time. Not a short video, long enough for me to be like, this is a bit much. And then if you watch it for more than 5 seconds, you just get another one and another one, and it's like every now and then it's fun, like, to see a reaction video. But is this like, does this have a big market? I guess it does.
Yeah.
I guess it does.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
I mean, Love Island's popular, right?
Yeah. I love Love Island.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I know I don't. It's literally the worst thing on this ever graced fucking planet. Anyway.
Hey! Back to what we were saying. Okay, so this came from Timmer. Let's go. Very kindly pointed me to a tweet that he made a while back, which he deleted afterwards and nuked it into oblivion because thought, maybe it would get too much mainstream attention, didn't want to risk identity, things like that. Totally makes sense. Pointed me in the right direction of this tweet, because obviously the internet's the internet. Someone sees something, they screenshot it, it's permanent. it's like a tattoo. And what they had said was that going through this kind of chronologically, is that there is another Zenimax Online Studios game in the works. They've said in our chat now that there's actually multiple games in the works from that studio. This one started in 2016 at the least, so over a while.
Yeah.
To quote what was put out, I'm just going to check the chat actually very quickly before I do that. And no, we haven't talked about Wolfenstein 3, Timmer. We'll come back to that afterwards if you've got anything to add. So to quote it, the ZeniMax Online Studios' new IP, which we've spoken about before, right, is a sci-fi game that needed a new engine due to the amount of verticality they wanted for their city of the future. Think of the Fifth Element with flying cars. They were doing something with parkour.
Okay.
Have you seen The Fifth Element is a TV show, right? The Fifth Element?
I think so. I haven't seen
film?
it. No, I don't think it's. I don't know. It's something. Either way, I haven't seen it.
Something. It is a media.
Yeah, it is a
piece
media of some kind. Could be a music video.
This isn't what I thought it was. A music video. It's a 1997 film. It's got Bruce Willis and Gary Oldman in it, and Milo Djokovic.
Oh, nice.
Primarily set in the 23rd century. Yeah, it's very much like sci-fi, urban cityscape settings. By just like looking very quickly at the images. So,
okay.
And this was followed up. We did God's work and followed this up. The dev that Tim was talking to, saw a tech demo where the player could launch from walls from all directions, zipping through the grey box city like Spider-Man on steroids. Oh, I like the sound of this.
Sounds fucking stupid, but it sounds kind of
It's
great.
not.
Spider-Man on steroids. It's funny shit. Okay, that's interesting. Define zipping around. What do they mean? What is this game? I don't understand. Like, do you have
all we
powers? Are you using like equipment? Like,
it smells like equipment, right?
I guess so.
And do you know what makes it really interesting is because when you start talking about this, the first thing people say is, "Oh, well, this doesn't sound like an MMO." Zenimax Online, but we've had like kind of hints and teasers for a while from either LinkedIn profiles from people like Timmer, not just working on MMOs. I mean, maybe there's a shared world element to this, but I would consider that categorically different to an MMO. We've spoken about this team a lot, and we think that they're very talented and quite passionate. We think that Elder Scrolls Online is pretty fantastic, but doesn't quite hit the nail for us just because the combat is a bit hardboardy. That's how we describe it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're definitely capable of doing something else and making a different style of game. It's not like because they made ESO, all they make is MMOs. Like, that's not a thing. Yeah.
Oh,
So.
I mean, it's not, but like you can definitely understand the presumption, couldn't you? Like most studios are set up to do one type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I can also see what's Tim has said here. I've asked one dev whether the Wolfenstein 3 was in development, but he didn't know. He knew about the development of the Indiana Jones game. Yeah, and this has been a thing, whether like Wolfenstein 3 is in development or not. No, nobody knows. Like you assume it
I would
is,
assume
and,
yes. Yeah.
what's his name? What's the community manager at Bethesda called? Pete Hines. Said he said like years back, like, oh, like we're going to be doing a follow up to Wolfenstein or something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. So you would assume it's in the pipeline somewhere, and I think like the general consensus is that has been pushed back because the big mouse is now overseeing machine games to do Indiana Jones.
Yeah. What would you rather have, Wolfenstein 3 or Indiana Jones?
Honestly, I'm in no rush to play Wolfenstein 3.
Indiana Jones is definitely the more interesting of the two, right? Yeah, I'd probably say Indiana Jones is a priority for me.
Can we speak about Indiana Jones being like a first-person whipping simulator?
Yeah, dude, first-person temple run. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, first-person temple run. What a game! Isn't it so weird that mobile phones have gone through? I feel like every 5 years there's like a standout genre from mobile space. Do you know what I mean? Like back in like when was that? Probably like 2000, like just before 2010 maybe, or maybe 2010 era. It was all Jungle Run, Jungle Run clones. Yeah,
mate, I love Temple Run. Temple Run was an absolute banger of a game. Yeah, and before that, it was all like Doodle Jump and all that sort of stuff. You know, like really hardcore, like get as high as possible through the levels sort of thing. Those were really popular, like a few years before that. And now it's just fucking match games, match 3s, just everywhere. Match 4 as well. What are they called? Match 3s.
Match 3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And then what was the other one I was thinking of? Oh, you're forgetting the big one, dude. Yeah, expensive one.
Oh, what? Diablo Mortal?
No, not that one. One that involves a bird. Well, I guess. Two
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there were loads of clones of that. That was a weird story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The guy made loads of money, and then he was like, "This is immoral. I'm doing a bad thing."
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
I thought that was a really strange moral crisis to be going through after you've made a game that people like. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, so what? Like, people are playing your game and enjoying it. They're finding enjoyment out of it. What do you mean it's immoral? I don't understand.
People are addicted to it. I don't know. I don't know how you get.
Just cry for attention.
Well, I don't know. It's a pretty expensive way to cry for attention.
Yeah, I guess.
Years of working on a game and then giving all that money up, like, 'cause it got demonetized and stuff. Like the money stopped going to them.
Yeah, true.
Just I don't know. I guess because you can make that argument with any art form, right? Like, imagine Nolan comes out with his next film. What is it? Like Oppenheimer, I think it is, isn't it? It's on Robert Oppenheimer made the atom bomb, and he makes it, and he's like, people like this too much. This is too enjoyable. Yeah. Must stop. I must stop myself.
I must stop it. It just goes like padlocking cinemas. Not letting people
that's right.
in. Yeah.
Hey. What's a funny one?
Yeah.
And Angry Birds.
Oh, and Angry Birds. Yeah, which is still trying to continue.
Yeah, I heard the. Do you think you can play it? Yeah. How's your Mac handling? Do you think you can play the Angry Birds main theme?
Jesus, I don't know, but I don't know how loud it's gonna be or anything. I don't want to like blow people's fucking ears out. I think this is probably something we'll test this. We'll test video playing and stuff like that for next time, like off air, and then we can get like an idea of the sound levels, and then if we want to throw in anything like that, we can. But like just for a laugh. But yeah, I just don't know if I'll like just absolutely just blow someone's face off.
Deafened people.
Yeah, because I think your volume to get your volume to match mine or something like that, I think I had to put you up to like almost 300%. So it's just like, and that's like most of my internal Mac audio. So God knows what like a video or a piece. I just don't know, man. I'm scared.
No, that's scary. I don't think we should. That's not That's Pandora's box. At this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's just scary.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh Jesus. Oh,
Oh.
I'm in the middle of something.
Are you going to be able to take the dogs home? Otherwise, I'll have to take them.
Fine. Just give me
I
a
was
sec.
saying was that I heard the Angry Birds theme like a week or two ago, and like out of nowhere, it's just like an advert, and like you know the feeling you get when you hear your wake up alarm at a different time of the day.
Yeah. Just.
It was like
complete-
that. I was
yeah.
like, oh, like it was horrible. Like,
Yeah, it just like
took me back
sends
to
you.
a dark time.
Yeah, it sends you into like another realm. I fucking hate that, dude. Like when my alarm goes off, like my work alarm for like a weekend, like the crisis I go through is just unreal, dude.
Horrible. And you hear things that sound like the alarm but aren't the alarm.
Yeah.
Like it's properly like traumatizing. You're like it takes
Yeah.
you a few moments to recalibrate to like back to like the present moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like PTSD. Yeah, it's a form of PTSD. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're
I think we're done
waffling.
there.
Yeah, we're done.
Let's get that jingle going.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's a jingle, and we'll do a wind down outro.
Okay. All right. Well, we already. You should have told me that. We've been talking about shit for like the last 2 minutes. But yeah. Okay.
That's true. We
Let's
are
play
at
it.
the end of the notes though.
Yeah.
Okay, it's playing. Here we
Yeah.
go. All right. Well, if you've joined us today, if you're watching afterwards, thank you so much. This has been really fun actually doing it live. Thanks Timmer for popping into the chat.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. That's pretty awesome. If you would like to keep up with us, as I say, we usually stream on Sundays. So what time is that for us? Like between 12 and 1 BST. Sorry, I don't have the brain power right now to calculate that in PST or EST.
Yeah.
That's when you'll usually find us. Please pop over to our Twitter. We'll get this uploaded to podcasting services, all the popular ones. And subscribe. Do the notification bell thing. Dong. You want to...
Do you want to join us live?
You want
Yeah.
to join us live? That's pretty cool. Any closing thoughts for this week?
No, nothing from me. No, it's been. I have enjoyed the whole live formula though. It's been pretty cool. It's been pretty. It's just been like weirdly more fun. I kind of know what you mean. It's just like a little bit looser, a little bit less structured, and yeah, it was cool to talk and talk about things with like Timmer in the chat and everything. Yeah, it's been a great time.
It's definitely had a more of a improvisational tone. It's
Yeah.
like intergalactic cable, isn't it?
Yeah. yeah, for
It's
sure.
been fun. All right, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Drink lots of water. Turn your pillow over in the night to the cold side.
Oh, that's a good
And
one.
we will catch you. Week. Bye.
Bye.